Thousands of hours I've watched. I've watched, folks. I mean, literally going home, going to work. StarGate. I'm about StarGate the heck out. But my love of science fiction, I tell you, that's something that's lifelong. I have a dream to maybe one day write, produce, or even make a science fiction movie or illustrate the damn thing. Right now, I'm at a precipice to walk back into my space. I'm talking art, everything that I have been expressing for the majority of my life. Whether it be writing, which I'm not much of a writer, whether it be a visual narrative, which I have successfully done over 4 decades now. Being 51 is remarkable. The body gets old, but the mind kind of retains itself. That youth with that long past health that we all have endured if you live this long. You know, I work every day. I got a very, very humble job that allows me to do work like this, folks. That's a blessing. Even what we're dealing with on a worldwide scale, just have a job to maintain your life is a big deal right now because there are millions out there without that. Being an artist is an added plus. I've been very fortunate. I had some unfortunate ties, but who hasn't? Many of the videos that I've talked about in the past, I would let you in my environment and show you what I see on a daily basis. And that's one of the things that affects me as a human being and as an artist. I'm here to celebrate this brand new year, which the first month is almost over with, which is just fantastic. The last 4 years has been an incredible burden for this entire country. A minuscule minority, rather, I'll say a minuscule minority had tried to divide this country, even within the highest levels of government, which is sad. But right now, a burden has been lifted. Typical corruption is going to come back, but there's actual competent corruption, not biased corruption per se. I'm just a little artist in Philadelphia trying to express to the world my visual language. That's what I've been doing for the longest time. I cannot write very well, but my narrative, vocal narrative, is improving. And I talked about the art tribe. I talked about the community. I talked about the reflective nature we as human beings with different minds, different bodies, and how we reflect on the imagery that I put out there and a lot of other artists do as well. My work, and I stated this probably many times indirectly, directly, and I'll say it, it's very intuitive. I'm not a methodical artist. I don't have a predetermined method. I have looked at methods, learned them, and then forgot them. More like Thomas Eakins. I'll use him as an example. He would learn very complex mathematical equations to learn depth of field to apply to his paintings, per se. Then he would forget everything. But having that innate knowledge that he had accrued, it's in his paintings. All of that natural ability, all of that natural intellectual work shows in those paintings. If you go to the Philadelphia Museum of Arts, you'll see wonderful examples of Thomas Eakins' work based on depth of field, the figure, and then the landscape. As you know, my work is utterly everywhere. I'm I'm literally working on probably 3 or 4 things at the same time. Been doing this all of my life. It's not just let's say surrounded by the sketchbook, which is a major part of what I do, but there's also the academic side of me. I'm not a plein air painter, I'm a studio painter. I don't paint live. I can do that, but that bores the hell out of me. That's probably something I may explore as I advance in age, or not at all. I don't know. Here's a little sketchbook I want to show you. Something I did 7 years ago. Oh, this one was when I'm drawing. I'm literally drawing everywhere. Right now, I'm in a bit of a hiatus currently, but that's about to change because I got sick of watching other people's wonderful creative talents out there, primarily the science fiction types, as I said earlier. But here's the sketchbook. Here's page number 1. See that? That's page number 1. I'm just going to show you some experts of it. Just some of it, not all of it. I don't think about these things. I just make them, you know? Uh, Let the intellectual verbalize this and psychoanalyze this stuff. I'm not the expert when it comes to the psychology behind this, but there's some messed up crap in this here, and you can probably see it. That's what makes it interesting. I would assume, I don't know, but you know, as I mentioned before, these are like little self portraits. See that crazy messed up face there? That's probably me going through something without me understanding what that is. These complexities as people we deal with as we are as people in these shells, you know. But I have so much fun letting out what bothers and what bothers me inside. It's almost these. This is therapeutic. It's like, do I need to see a therapist for some stuff? Probably. But really, I'll put my demons and my insecurities and all of my problems right here. I'll put them right here. That is the pain, the joy, everything that makes me a human being is it's right here, right here. See that? I'll put it to the camera a little closer. You see that right there? That's the pain and the joy that goes into this madness, man, madness. I have a little musicianship inside of me, but I do not have an ear for that. Here's another example of madness, people. See that? One day I have a dream to emancipate myself and just take these drawings to its limit, whatever the hell that is. I heard and researched a little bit about the artist Joan Miro. There were said there was it has been said that he would paint until he knocked out. Now that guy is extreme. I went to Spain and actually went to the Fundación de Miro, the Foundation of Miro over there in Barcelona, and actually had witnessed these paintings where he is that city. Those paintings are amazing, and you see the dedication and the limitless energy those paintings have. If you see the Miro in person anywhere, and if you go to Spain and you go to Barcelona, Barcelona is Miro's city. Literally, he's celebrated there. But when you actually see the work in Barcelona and see those paintings by John Miro, you're gonna understand the power and the deep dedication his work has. Me, I'm this inner city artist. I had a little attention, time to time I would sell work, but as I move along, I'm about educating people. It's struggle. The struggle keeps the things real. I mentioned Vincent van Gogh's perfect example. Uh, I mean, we all have hardships. We just have to continue the path, hopefully, make it easier. But as I mentioned before, this internet audience is a tough nut to crack. I've been trying for the better part of 15 years plus to try and get some attention somehow. I did manage to sell some work, but not like back in the 90s before the digital audience came through, where the work was bought sight seen, but now the work is bought sight unseen. It's out there. It's not an easy thing. It's no different now than it was then. It's almost you become the gallery, you represent your work, you are the artist, but at the same time, how can you afford this stuff? I've managed to survive. I've managed to have this one little job that keeps all of this paid for. All of this paid for, amazingly. I'm in pins. I'm literally pins and needles. I turn down commissions. Oh yeah, I have because I can't do them. I've I recently turned a commission. I recently have a commission which I accepted, something in my alley which I like, but it's going to take me a hell of a long time to do. But the client is saying, "Okay, no problem. Take your time with it." But man, it's something being an artist and living as an artist is definitely something. It's like we have the wildest experiences. The last few videos in my YouTube channel, you would see those experiences expressed that I talked about. You know, our art is a never-ending cycle, but sometimes as artists we need a break. I can draw every day, but I had literally been through so much in 2020. A lot of changes in my environment, a lot of changes in learning curves, having this equipment, even having some downfalls, whatever. Um, it's definitely an experience that I had to literally regress and have to recollect my mind so I won't burn out. So I stopped doing art for a little bit, which is something that I don't recommend any artist to do, but I had to. I had no choice. It's just something that life steered my way and something I could not avoid, but it had to be done. At this age, you come across medical issues. I had. Even in 2019, I had some medical issues to deal with. But right now, that's all becoming a thing of the past, and I can actually come back and work the way I should work as an artist. And I have already committed to be a part of a group show in September in a gallery, and I will record it. I will. And it's going to be much better. I now have better equipment by that time, and I'll document it like I normally do. But it's going to be all new paintings, nothing old. I'm actually quite tired of showing all the same pieces that you've seen from most of my videos throughout the years. I mean, everything's become stagnant. It's almost like a larvae in a pond that has not hatched. The mosquito hasn't been let out. It's just been staying there for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And it just gets tired of the same old shit. I'll say it that way. So what? So what? But it looks. I kind of look like this right now. I'm like all over the damn place. But there's a reason for all of this. Uh, I've been I've done every imaginable thing except the printing and the merchandise with the art. That's a little bit overboard for me. That's something I'll probably attend to, or it attends to me if for some reason this career takes off or it just stays the same. I have no idea. All I know is that with recent events, I'm just happy that all the people I knew are alive, except one. I know someone that had actually died from COVID. It was sad, and I'm just glad that we're going to receive this vaccine. We're going to get COVID, but we're going to actually fight that um, pathogen that's killing already a few million people. It's just terrible. It's the Spanish flu from 1918 reverted, and we see that every day. It's going to be an excellent year. This is a year of transition. Over we got a few billion people on this planet that needs the vaccine, and it's going to take a while before it gets to everybody. We're not out of this. We're not out of the woods yet. No, we're not out of the woods, but soon enough we'll get vaccinated and we're able to set ourselves free. Now that is going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. I will do my best, and I've done it for many years. Stay afloat. Really, to be an artist, it's not about the money you make, it's more sustaining the lifestyle. I have a humble job. I don't make much, but I make enough to survive. And that's something that is so important. And I'm very fortunate to learn to record this stuff. So when I'm well and gone, hopefully some educator out there or intellect out there can be like, oh my God, this artist is crazy, but we got so much material on him. There's a lot of stuff that has never been documented post 9/11. You know, I try to document a little bit as much as I can from that period. So, you the life is definitely an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. I'm gonna end right now. It's January 22nd, 1:32 a.m. Whoever stuck this long, thank you. It's been a blessing. To stay alive is a blessing, my friends. Have a good night. It's been a pleasure. Continue to create, you creative souls out there, because I sure the hell will. It's taken me more time, but you heard me. I heard you. Good night, good day, good morning. I love you all.